I know you don't see me in the picture, but we are in the back studio of Gallery 905, and we're talking to a lot of lovely young ladies. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we're going to tell you why we're here. Let's start down here with Ms. Talton.
Yes, I'm Ruth Talton, and I'm with Arts Revive.
I'm Gail Bedgood, and I'm also with Arts Revive.
And I'm Jo Taylor, potter artist, who is at Create Space Arts Revive.
And Becky Youngblood, Arts Revive.
And the reason we're here is a great idea that Ms. Taylor started the idea, and it seems like it's growing through the whole group, doing a mosaic that is really, I'm going to let y'all explain what it is, but it's kind of putting the pieces of Selma back together, kind of a mosaic. Just as it was your idea, would you like to tell us a little about what it's all about?
Yes. Little background, I have a friend who's a mosaic artist, and she had done a mosaic from broken pieces that we're at a conference. So driving home with my husband, the idea hit, maybe we could do something here with the broken pieces of pottery, glass, ceramics, anything metal, and make a mosaic that would take something broken and turn it into something beautiful that would help heal our community, as well as help keep the community spirit and love that we've been seeing going. And people work together and collaborate and communicate and make something beautiful.
Are you going to actually do the work yourself? Are you going to have other people come in and do it? How are you going to handle that?
Other people, it's going to be like a collaborative community event. And Arts Revive wanted to jump right in. This is the space where we're going to be creating them.
Oh.
And this is the space where we're going to be collecting the pieces. And it's like I told Ruth yesterday, this is the seed. This is the start. We've got to do some planning, we've got to do some working out, but people right now are busy cleaning up and they're traumatized. And we don't want to add to their trauma. But if they want me, I will come and get pieces. I will collect them and then make sure their names are on them. They've got everything that they, Then when we start putting it together and designing it, everybody that's given pieces can come and help us. Right. And I have a good friend who is a mosaic artist, Linda Munoz. She's volunteered to come and help us design, create, technical skills, because she's done it before.
Right.
So now we've got an artist who knows what she's doing and one that's learning what she's doing. And then we can all work together in the community and create something that would help with our healing.
Right. So how did Arts Revive get involved with this? Anyone else want to?
Well, Catherine Gilmer, who's one of our board members, sent a picture of what Jo had shared with Catherine to the core of the board, and we looked at it and it just resonated. It just seemed like a great project for us to get involved with. The miracle of everything in this tornado is that nobody lost their life.
Amen.
Amen. And at the same time, there are a lot of people who are grieving a lot of loss. So, and that's a real thing. It's, their grief, our grief as a city, people's individual grief, with what they've lost. And it's going to take some time for us to put it back together. But it is an opportunity, I think, for one of the first times ever, for our whole community to come together and to rebuild our town. And individuals, it just resonated with me because individuals can take, everybody has a story of that day on January the 12th. And there's something beautiful about taking from the brokenness of what happened in 45 seconds that completely turned so many people's lives upside down. There can be beauty in taking the brokenness and putting it together, telling their story, and having something that remembers, but also shows that we are collaborating with our own individual stories to work for a beautiful common good.
Yeah, it's like taking something that is terrible and making something beautiful out of it.
Right.
Rebuilding, yeah.
Right.
I think the timing was God's thing. I think it's a perfect project for this particular time. And one of the upsides to the tornado is that it has unified our people in Selma like it has not been unified in a long time. And this will be a visual sign of another unifying project. They're all working together for the common good. And I think that just is something to look forward to for us.
Becky, you have something?
Beauty from ashes. And this
The
is going to
Phoenix.
be a therapeutic session for everybody. And you know, what comes out of it is sheer beauty. And so if we can heal ourselves on the inside and make something beautiful out of it, I think it's great.
So how are we going to collect the pieces? You said you would go to the people's homes, but we had spoken before, and you actually want them to,
Give them.
yeah.
I want them to buy. I want to be a part of this. I'm not going to their yards and their trash. I'm not going to contact them because some of the pieces mean so much and they're grieving. They're grieving the loss. So when they're ready to let it go, they can contact me.
When you say broken pieces, what exactly are you looking for people to donate
Pieces of
or to
china.
contribute, you know?
Pieces of china, pieces of dishware, pieces of ceramic tiles, anything made out of pottery, clay. We'll be doing panels, and the panels can be inside, outside, wherever we want them to be.
Determination as to where it would be displayed yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
That
I guess-
will come. That
Yeah,
will
that'll
come.
come. I guess a lot of that depends on the outcome, the final project and whatnot, so it would be a little while before that's determined.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Well, you know, one of the things that we'd spoken about before, and you were talking about people donating it instead of you going into their trash. Personally, that just, it seems like it would mean more. It would be
will.
more, there's more spirit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How can we get the people to give? What do we need to do to get them to give these pieces of, even you had said like grandma's china that may have been an heirloom that's now shattered. It can still live on.
Right. That's the thing I want people to know. We can make it live on in a new form.
Mm-hmm.
We can take that brokenness, that grief that you have, and you can help us, and we can make something beautiful out of this that you can come back later and say, I lost it, but I've got it back. And you have to be willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that getting the word out is all I know. Not unless these ladies know another way of asking people. That's why I have been annoying with so many people about this, is to get the word out so that we can pass it on and on and on, and then people can say, oh, you know, I'm feeling a little bit better right now. My head's not so crazy. I couldn't throw this out, but you know, I think I want to do this.
Right. You know, you had also spoken about doing stories, collecting the stories of the people. Tell us a little bit about that idea and how we would do that and how they would be displayed.
Well, that's another thing that's in the works. This,
Yes,
I'm gonna let you speak.
had talked to my very good friend Becky Nichols at the library, and it resonated with both of us that within this mosaic are just all kinds of stories that
Right.
people have from that day.
Sure.
And developing a way that we can capture those stories, put them in print somehow, and display them along with this, or that, again, it's still coming. But I think a big part of this is letting people and encouraging them to tell their stories. The stories are hugely valuable as being able to tell it as a healing process, but
Exactly.
also for people to be able to read these stories.
Right. Well, you know, it's funny because you say that, and what did we do before we turned the camera on? Sat down and talked about the stories from that day.
Right,
Everybody does have a story from that day.
right,
Whether you were directly affected or indirectly affected.
for sure.
So everybody should be able to, would you want people who have stories, but not necessarily broken pieces, to maybe bring their stories as well?
Yes.
Sure.
Absolutely.
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 Because I mean, a lot of homes didn't get hit, but they were affected one way or another.
Everybody in this town has been affected, you know, and when Joe was talking about this project, I could imagine, you know, moving forward and we have finished the piece and they have company that comes to town and they've heard the stories their friend has told them, and they can go and they'll say, you know, look up here. This was my grandmother's
Right.
china. We only have pieces left, but there's one of them up there. Because, you know, there's something they can visibly put their finger on and know they're still part of have their grandmother's history. That piece is up there.
Wow. Yeah, that is really powerful. when
It
you start
is,
thinking
it
about
really
Very
is.
powerful. How do people get the pieces to you?
They can certainly drop off at Gallery 905 Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 4, and just leave their information. And if they want to be a part of the mosaic, putting it all together, they can certainly do that. But if they just want to get it out of their house, and they're welcome to drop it at Gallery 905.
And they can contact me through Facebook or email.
Okay.
And you've got that information.
Right. Go on and give us your email address.
It's Joe Taylor, 5640,
Spell it.
JOTAYLOR, 5640 @gmail.com.
Right. And we'll put it up so that everybody will see it as well.
Yeah, and Facebook messages, just, I've got a page, Joe Taylor, JOTAYLOR. And I will get it. And, yeah, you know, if they want to write their story and give it to me at that time, that's wonderful, I'll take it. We can also, I've got a phone video, I can video them talking, you know, any way that they want to do it. And then we'll get their names, their contact information, and then as we start working with Linda, all the people that have given us pieces will be notified so that they can come and work with us.
Do you have any idea when that'll start? I guess that's kind of early for that as well.
Yeah, that's going to depend on when we get the pieces and how many.
Right.
And I'm hoping within the next month, maybe and sometimes into March, that we can start working on this, maybe the middle of March.
The big thing right now is to get the pieces to you or to Gallery 905 so that we can start the process.
Right.
Fantastic. Anything else that you want to add to tell everybody? Anything?
Thank you for raising awareness
Oh,
in the town
this is-
for it.
No need to thank me. This is a beautiful project.
Yeah.
I want to be part of it.
Yeah, if people on social media want to share this, it's been on Joe's website, we can put it on our website, if you guys want to put it on your website.
certainly.
And the power of sharing things, you know,
Right.
will also get the word out.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Todd also has a photograph
Yes.
of my friend with a mosaic that they did with the United Methodist Women's Conference in 2011. That now hangs at the UN Religious Center in New York City.
Right.
It's been very powerful for everyone that sees it because it's from broken people, from their broken lives.
And didn't you say some of those pieces came from the 2011 tornado? That
Correct, yeah.
that one directly affected our family. So yeah, I understand that. And I do have a picture of that I'll put up in this video so everybody will be able to see it. So here it is right here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for spending time with me today.
You're very welcome.
But
Thank
one
you,
more time,
Joe.
let's get your email address.
Joe Taylor 5640 @gmail. JOTAYLOR 5640 @gmail.com. Please contact me.
And bring it down to Gallery 905, which is the address.
Located at 905 Water Avenue.
There you go. Thank you, ladies. I sure did enjoy it.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you, appreciate it.
Be sure that you collect your pieces and get them into Gallery 905 or to Miss Joe Taylor. Be sure you like and subscribe to Selma Sun and the Black Belt News Network on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.